Hoy iniciamos con una iniciativa, Job Seeker. Este canal es creado como una mediación que se realiza entre personas eh, desde una orientación quizás pedagógica y también de generación de oportunidades. Quizás en nuestras experiencias, aquellos que generamos apoyos en procesos de gestión humana, en muchas ocasiones, en situaciones de entrevista y en el marco pues del uso de dos lenguas, español e inglés, muchas personas de pronto se ven con la dificultad de expresar o más bien de demostrar su potencial porque quizás cuentan con un dominio, digamos, relativo al de los requisitos. Sin embargo, la falta de práctica o la falta de exposición a este tipo de ejercicios ciertamente dificulta esos procesos de manifestación, de expresión, y a su vez termina ralentizando su proceso de articulación, quizás a organizaciones o a la prestación de servicios para quienes les pueda interesar. Entonces, hoy tenemos pues un invitado especial. Eh, Él es Leonardo. Leonardo, ¿cuál es tu nombre completo?
Leonardo David Sánchez Silva.
Leonardo David es licenciado en lenguas con énfasis en inglés. Está próximo también a finalizar un proceso posgradual en una universidad colombiana y tiene una experiencia importante en la parte pedagógica. Ha sido docente, digamos, en varias instituciones. Leandro también está interesado en continuar ese proceso. Si bien cuenta con un dominio superlativo de inglés, también está interesado en seguir familiarizándose con este tipo de ejercicios para quizás congregar esas dos habilidades y desde una buena comprensión saber vender todo su potencial, de modo que se presente atractivo para un analista de selección o un reclutador en este tipo de ejercicios. Ok, Leo, how are you?
Hello, Victor. Hi, everybody. Uh, so far, so good.
So far, so good. So, what have you been up lately?
Well, to begin with, I graduated from English as a foreign language at UNAD. So it's something that makes me feel proud of myself. I was pursuing this career since 2017. It was when I took this decision of immersed in this language, in this realm of English. For that reason, yeah, everything's good. So I wish I could get a job as quickly as possible. This moment I'm jobless, but yeah, so far so good.
All right. Why don't you talk to me about maybe some of your experiences when it comes to work? Maybe working as a teacher in some of the institute that in which you have already been through.
Well, before getting into this topic, I would like to say though that I have another major. Back in 2014, I graduated from Javeriana University as a musician. I'm a clarinet player. I've been playing, by the way, I've been played this instrument, the clarinet, for 20 years ish. So as you can see, I've come a long way. Since I graduated from Javeriana, I had the chance of being working in some music schools. For example, some schools from Cundinamarca in Sopó in 2015. Then back in 2017, there was an opportunity that arose, and it was for me in order to be working in a public school. It was a tall order, as I didn't have any kind of experience with students. For that reason, maybe it was an uphill struggle for me at first. However, once I managed to be acquainted with the task of managing different personalities, everything fell into place. So I got the hang of it, and that kind of experience was significant for me as I could bring into at a university environment because in 2018 I had the privilege of being working in a university environment. I was working at Juan de Castellanos University in Tunja. I was working there for 5 years, and then I terminated my contract, and that's why in this moment I'm seeking other options, but I think that I'm gonna lean towards English for different kinds of reasons that maybe I could go into detail later on. I gotta say that the experience that I gained when working as a client teacher helped me a lot in order to put into practice with my English students. Yeah.
All right. And now that you landed in this English teaching world, what do you consider to be your biggest strength?
My biggest strength, I'm gonna say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that I consider myself somebody who is passionate about English. I think that I could give my 2 cents. I have some kind of knowledge that can be important for students to take on. I vividly remember some situations that I went through when teaching English. Once they see me being passionate about the topics that we were discussing, I could see that students boost their energy. This reason was very interesting, and it finally dawned on me that when you are passionate about something, this is gonna stand to benefit, as students are gonna be gravitated towards you, towards your teachings. But on the other hand, when you are not passionate about something, there are gonna be some kind of complications, difficulties to make yourself understood, and most importantly, that students are interested in what you are telling them. For that reason, it doesn't matter the realm in which you are immersed in. The most important thing for you is to be passionate about whatever.
To be passionate, to share, to give, and also to receive back what you are providing, and that keeps you motivated and gets you fired up all the freaking time. Thank you very much for that important answer, and that really enriches this conversation. And you told us that you were in the music world at the beginning, back in the day, and then you transition towards this English teaching world as well.
Yeah.
You would like to lean more towards this new world that you engage yourself in. And speaking about that, how do you see yourself down the line, let's say 5 or 10 years from now?
Well, down the line, let's say that I would like to be working with other top-notch teachers like you. I would like to work in conjunction with other teachers and maybe to create a virtual environment in which we could provide our 2 cents so that students can be confident about their skills, their English skills. I think that it would be something ideal for me down the line. Maybe it could be one dream that I had in the foreseeable future. Another dream would be maybe having the privilege of being working at a university environment. Maybe 2 years from now, I would like to be working here in Tunja. It could be at the university where I was working as a musician, Juan de Castellanos, or maybe there is another university that goes by the name of UTTC. So I would like to be working there in a full-time job with students who are pursuing this career of English as a second language, because I think that with the knowledge that I've acquired for the last years, I could provide them some strategies so that they could tackle them enhance their English speaking skill.
Okay, considering that you have the knack of communicating as well in English, would you be down to maybe experiment like a different realm, like a different working world? Maybe diversify yourself when it comes to developing new skills. What's your takeaway on that one?
Well, I think that it was maybe being passionate about this language that I managed to get the knack of English. But okay, apart from maybe teaching English, no, I don't see myself, honestly, in all honesty, I don't see myself doing another thing because English is what I am immersed in all the time. For the most part, I devote myself in learning new vocabulary because I want to be proficient. So there is no, likelihood I see myself only working towards English, but not in another realm.
So you are for the long run with English, and that's pretty much how you see yourself. All right, why don't you tell me like a really challenging experience that you maybe had back in the day trying to deal with students, or a situation that maybe came up.
Okay, yeah.
And also I would like to know how you sorted out the situation in order for you to get a better result.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, before getting into this topic, back in 2017, 7 years ago, I was working as an English teacher here in Tunja in an institute that goes by the name of English Art Center. So in that time, I was maybe familiarized with working with maybe 10 students at most. But then there was another opportunity, and it was for me to be working in public school. So when this situation happened, when I happened to be working in public school, it was a tall order for me. It was a big struggle. I didn't know what to do because on the one hand, I was working with every single grade. I mean, from 6th to 11th grade, I was working as an art education teacher. I vividly remember working with more than 45 students. So in that time, I was lenient, naive, and I didn't know how to sort out something, how to handle these situations. For the most part, I let it slide. I I give the students a pass, but it was a big mistake. For that reason, one day I had to nip the situation in the bud. Um, it was maybe a wake up call that I did, that I say to them. I said something along the lines of, okay, if you continue running riot, what I'm gonna do is to call off the class, and then I'm going to put you some kind of work, and you will have to decide what you're gonna do because maybe are gonna lower your score. So I did something along the lines of this. And when this situation happened, well, I put my foot down and I assert myself because it was something that I was lacking for, to be assertive. And once I put my foot down, everything fell into place. Because there was a mistake that I had in that time, and it was that I didn't set out rules from the very beginning. It was a situation that makes students do whatever they want.
And yeah, and just to complement your answer, it has to do with effective communication. As you were saying, you didn't set the initial rules, and they were just going crazy and running around and doing all the things that were not supposed to along the class, and things were not going as good as you were actually maybe expecting it to. But it was a wake up call for you, as you also brought up, and you stood your ground. You put your foot down, and you flipped the situation over to the point that everything changed.
For the better, students acquiesced to my suggestions. They were amenable. So I learned from that experience. What I learned from that experience was to, assert yourself, and it was what I brought to the next job I had later on, that was to be working in a university environment, at Fonde Castellano. When I did this at Fonde Castellano with my students, everything was incredible. They were working.
Everything was
They were
great.
having a good time with me.
And after you had
Yeah.
that experience, maybe everything is just up and running every time you get to face a situation like that. Thank you very much for your participation, for your answer, for being part of this exercise, and appreciate one more time your words, your experience, and all the heart that you put forth for this. Thank you very much, Mr. Leo.
No, Victor, thanks for having me on. It was for me a significant experience for me to share some kind of experiences I had. I think that those who are studying English maybe could learn something, maybe some vocabulary, some kind of experience that maybe they could put into practice once they have the opportunity to be working, maybe in school or at a university. I don't know.
And I would like to have you later on, and to see how things maybe are just going in the future. One more time, thank you very, very much. Bueno, Leo, muchas gracias. Como te decía, un ejercicio pues interesante. Nos contaste de un poco de tu transición desde el campo de la música al proceso de la enseñanza de inglés, tu proceso de cualificación, ahora también la adquisición también de esas habilidades del ser que te han permitido tener una mejor gestión en el aula de clases, en el marco de tu profesión y de tu actividad. Y te contaba, nos gustaría tenerte de pronto más adelante para podernos actualizar en ese proceso también de mejoramiento y de adquisición de experiencia. Leo, de pronto, en caso de que a alguien le pueda interesar, o a una institución o a una organización, o quizás a una persona de tus servicios, desde la enseñanza del inglés, ¿tienes de pronto un correo donde te podamos contactar?
Sí.
Igual lo tendremos en la descripción del video, pero pues por lo pronto puedes decirnos cuál es.
Aquí te acabo de compartir el correo.
leodasan@gmail.com is the email in which he will be receiving maybe any offers when it comes to working, because he is an English teacher. He's a well qualified, superlative English teacher, and he's down to help you out with anything that has to do with developing your language skills. Igual también compartiremos el correo en la descripción, el correo de Job Seeker, del canal de Job Seeker Interviews, para que continúen de pronto mostrando su interés en realizar este tipo de ejercicios y profundizar más con un ejercicio práctico y también de realimentación que puedan enfocarlos a prepararse mejor para ese tipo de entrevistas laborales, que si bien estamos en naciones de habla hispana y es nuestra lengua materna, entendemos que el inglés hoy es una herramienta de mayor envergadura y requerida cada vez con mayor énfasis en el mercado laboral global. Entonces, más que tener un dominio, es también congregar esa habilidad de expresar, de autorreconocerse, esas habilidades técnicas, esas habilidades blandas, esas aspiraciones, esas fortalezas, esas posibilidades de mejora, entre otros aspectos de mayor importancia para sabernos proyectar en el marco de esas intencionalidades de seguir escalando personal y profesionalmente. Entonces, Leo, nuevamente agradezco su participación.
No, a ti, Víctor, por darme la oportunidad de incluso de reflexionar sobre mis propias experiencias. Eso es importante.
Importante. Bueno, Leo, muchas gracias y un saludo. Hasta luego.